to Americans. Joining me now, New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew. He sits on the House Transportation Committee. Sir, foreign company destroys an iconic American bridge, killing people, and Joe Biden promises that the American taxpayers will pay the price for it. This is insane, no?
Look, here's the deal. I mean, we've got to go after these people and get every penny that we can. There's no doubt in my mind that this was probably a ship that was substandard in some way. Something went very, very wrong. And I know they passed their last check, but nevertheless, we've got to make sure to find out what happened and why this vessel crashed into the bridge. Secondly, there should be money coming from those that are responsible without question. That's what you do in everything else in life. Thirdly, we're going to ultimately be responsible because it is a federal, as part of the federal government, it's a federal road, and we need to get this thing opened up. But I want to tell you one other thing, Chris. If there's going to be money spent on this, it better not be mixed in with another bill that has foreign aid in it or all kinds of other nonsense and wasteful spending. It better be for that. We better make sure it's for the right thing. And I'm going to tell you this as well, because they may try to do this. They shouldn't change the name of the bridge. Francis Scott Key was a hero. He's somebody we should admire. He was an American, and I don't want some woke hero's name put on that bridge instead of what that bridge has always been and represented. We've got to clear the area out that we can have transportation exist on the waterways and make sure that we're functional. But I agree with you. I'm tired of paying for everything, everywhere, whether it's the World Health Organization, whether it's NATO. You know what? In this last budget bills, we're paying for I'm not making it up. We're paying for tourism in Egypt. We're paying for tuitions in Egypt. We're paying to change the gender of monkeys, to study transgender studies. Unbelievable stuff. America's I'm not making it up.
It's crazy. But look, a real president would get up there and say, look, I am always looking to protect the American taxpayer. The federal money may build it back up, but we will recoup the money so that the taxpayers aren't soaked. Look, Congressman, meantime, Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun, this is the guy who set that company on a course to covet the DIE program, diversity, inclusion, equity. He announced he's going to be stepping down at the end of the year. In an interview this morning, Transportation Secretary Mayor Pete Buttigieg admitted his department has had concerns about what's been going on inside of Boeing for a while, but he's only telling the public now. Congressman, check out what big decisions are plaguing Team Biden. Listen to this.
If an underpass was constructed such that a bus carrying mostly black and Puerto Rican kids to a beach, or that would have been in New York, was designed too low for it to pass by, that obviously reflects racism that went into those design choices.
Racism with these overpasses, that's their primary concern. Speak about companies and governments failing with this devotion to the DIE program, the DIE agenda. And then aren't we living with the consequences of left-wingers making that dangerous worldview their priority?
Oh, there's no question about it. I have already questioned the FAA and also other folks about this, including the Boeing itself. It disgusted me what they're doing. Let me tell you, whether you are black or white, wherever your ethnicity is, whatever your sexuality is, you know what you want in an airplane? Want to know that the wheels aren't going to fall off, that bolts are missing, that door plugs are blasting off of the plane. You want safety. Let's get to what America does best. We're smarter, faster, better, safer than anybody in the world. That's what we always were. And we're moving away from that because we're so concerned with all of this nonsense instead of what's so very, very important. And it didn't surprise me with Boeing. It started earlier on. And this is the net result. Let's get back to what we need to do to be the best in whatever it is we are attempting to do in this country.
Congressman, last question I have for you, and it's a political one, so put your political hat on for me. You have a container ship hitting the support and collapsing a bridge in a Democrat-controlled area. Pete Buttigieg is on the ground. He's dispatched the very next day. Joe Biden's talking about it. Can't talk enough about it. You contrast that with what happened in East Palestine, Ohio, where they had a train derailment, toxic waste being dumped into a Republican area, and it took Pete Buttigieg until Trump threatened to visit. Then he decided to go out there, and it took Joe Biden over a year to get out there to visit that area. Is this just evidence that the Democrats are weaponizing government against their political foes again?
Well, there is weaponization, and you have to sit on the Judiciary Committee with me, and you could see it every day that you have these hearings and question these people, and they're weaponizing what's going on with Donald Trump, because they're teaching people that if you're conservative, if you support Donald Trump, you're going to be in big trouble. You may lose your business, you may lose your life. I don't mean they're actually going to kill you, but you may lose your lifestyle. It's unbelievable. And it's the same thing with this. The people in East Palestine, they deserve in East Palestine to have their president and to have their secretary be there and care. Whether they're Republican or Democrat or anything in between, you have a responsibility to serve the people of this country. It was shameful what happened to them. They should have been there immediately. And I got to tell you, the one humorous part of it is they made those people more Republican and stronger Republican and angrier than ever when they didn't show up. If there was any doubt before, there's no doubt now.
Congressman Jeff Van Drew, appreciate the visit as always.